Hi all, welcome back to the YouTube channel. Let's start rebooting work using UiPath. In today's session, we are going to discuss about CSV files, so which is comma separated values. So we are going to look at the functions, how it works, what are the operations we can do with the CSV file. So we can do three kind of operation, which is write CSV, read CSV, and append CSV. So write CSV is basically help to write the data into the CSV file as specified the delimiters, and then read CSV will help you to read the entire data which is in the specified CSV file, and append, so which used to append the data in the existing CSV file, which will not overwrite any data which is already exist. Okay, this is the main question we have to understand. It will be asked in the more kind of interviews as well. So let me quickly jump back to the UiPath Studio and we can have a exercise on it. So already I just typed HS CSV. So what you can do, so already I have opened a ACME site here. Okay, in backend, so I'll just open the ACME site. Since this all append CSV activities or read CSV activities or write CSV activities will have the input as a data table. So let me drag it and drag down. So all of the activities so that you will be understanding this. So even append CSV have the input as data table, read CSV data table, and write CSV data table. So what actually it means, the CSV operation will take only the input as a data table. Okay, so which is similar to the Excel, but in Excel, so we can have we can insert the string values into the particular column. So those actions we can able to perform in the Excel or in a workbook. So but in the CSV we can work only with the data tables. So let me quickly have an example of a write CSV file. So as we all know that, so we need a data table to perform the write CSV action. So we have to capture some data table. Okay. So what you can do, just click on data scrapping. So since I already opened this ACME site, I just came inside the work item. So what you can do, just click on next, just highlight over here, just click on yes, next, finish. So to make it simple, I'll just don't span each and every page. I'll just click on no. So I have captured the data. Let me cut this one and paste it down. So you can name the CSV file which you needed. I'll just name it as test data dot CSV file. I'll just name it as, so you can name it according to your convention what actually you needed. So the data table, the variable which will be auto generated is extracted. So we are not able to get it. So it may be due to scope. Just go here, go to the variable, change the scope. So I guess now you will be able to access it. Let me try with this. EX, yeah, right, perfect. And one more thing need to be noted. So as I mentioned, as specified delimiter. What actually it mean? So it mean, so in the CSV file, we able to make the operation with the extracted data. So if you are placing this delimiter as a comma, so we'll be getting the data as like you are getting in an Excel spreadsheet or workbook. Okay, so if you want to make the data into a single column, okay, in a single column with a specified operation, the special characters, maybe tab, maybe semicolon, or like pipes, so you can do that as well. So let me first at least try with the two possibilities so that you can try out with the other possibilities, which is nothing big actually on this. So we have to just change the delimiter. That's it. Let me save and let me run this particular one. Perfect. So let me wait for our bot to get started. So once started running, so we can get a CSV file over there. So bot started running. Yeah, it's an executed. Let's go to the projects. Make a refresh. So you can get a CSV file over there. Just try to open on that. Don't remember, this is a CSV file, okay? So you got a same output data, so which you'll be scrapping using the Excel or like a CSV or like workbook, okay? So you have the same kind of data. So but here you can see this is a CSV file. Let me click on folder view. So now here you can find something different on this. So which is Microsoft Excel comma separated values, right? So this is not an Excel. Let me play with the delimiters now. Let me delete it. Okay, so before that, let me close this Excel file. Let me delete this one. Perfect, save. Let me play with pipeline now. So what actually pipeline will do, delimiter as a pipeline? So it will play the entire data with the help of delimiter pipeline, that pipeline symbol. Okay, let me save this and run this. So if you need the data in a particular column, in a single column, you can go with this method. So you don't need to make each and every data in a separate column. So if you need only the data in a single column, you can go with this approach. It will work perfectly for you. I guess it has got ran. Let me refresh. Let me click on CSV file. Yeah, perfect. So here you can see, right? So as we discussed, so this all data has been put together in a single column along with the separator, which is pipeline symbol, right? So likewise, so if you want the data into a single particular column, okay, so in that ways you can go ahead and use with this like delimiter operations, okay. So as of now, I'll just make it as comma. So you can try out with the other three options. So we can, okay, let me run this and then let me start doing with the read CSV file. So what actually read CSV will do? So read CSV will help you to read the entire item which is in CSV file, which is very common like a Excel or workbook. So what you can do, just go here, just comment out these things. Comment out. You can drag and drop your read CSV. Okay. So just click on this folder icon or you can just copy and paste the path. So either way will work here. Just click on this particular folder icon. So this read CSV will only find out the files which is in a CSV format. Okay, so it does not have any extension more. So you can just click on the test file which you have already. Just click on open. So yeah, that's it. So and what the data table actually you needed. So it has. So likewise you can change the data table. So if you want to loop through or like if you want to enter some values, okay. So so that you need a data table, right? So what you can do, Control K, read. I'll do this. So if I want to loop through and I want to write some data, so I can do that. I can completely do that. So with the help of for each row in the data table, I'll just pass the data table over here. Okay, I'll just start printing one by one. I can do that. So let me drag a right line. Let me open the CSV file. So like here you can like you can print the particular column value which you needed. So I want to print only the WIDs in this particular right line. Okay. So what I will do, I'll just copy this WID. Okay. As I said before, so it was always best practice to copy the value instead of typing over there. So this current row, which is this particular function, this data dt read will be copied to this current row. Okay. So this current row will have the entire value now. Okay. So which particular column you have to specify. So double quotes, mention this particular column name and then dot to string. What actually it will do? So it will read all the data, but it will only print the WIDs in the right line. Okay. So otherwise you can do one more thing. So hey, if I was not sure about the column name, so it may be varies every time. Okay. Let's assume the scenario that so the column name may differ, but the place of the column which will be constant. Okay. So if you want to specify only the second column, so the second column name will vary, but the place will remain the same. And during those scenario, what you can do here, you can go there and mention as a one. So what actually this one mean? So it is an index 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So likewise, you can specify as well. So you can specify in either both ways. Okay. So let me save this and let me run this one. So before that, you have to close, otherwise we'll be end up with the error. So if you're using an Excel scope activity, you'll not end up with the error. If you're using a read CSV or a workbook item, so you'll be end up with the error if you didn't open your workbook. So this may be like one more interview question, so you'll be asked so many times. Let me save this and let me run this. So you can see so many WIDs has been printed over there. So we have mentioned one, right? So you can go with these scenarios as well. So if the column name change and the place of the data will be constant, during those times you can start mentioning your index as well over here. So this way like a read CSV will works. So what actually append means? Let me comment out this one. So go here, search for the CSV. So how does the append CSV will works? So basically append. So this will not replace the data which actually in the spread in the CSV file. Sorry. So you can place a cursor over here. You can see copy the an Excel range or table and insert into the saved later, paste it in the existing in the specified range. So one more thing need to be noted here, which they didn't mention actually. So it will not overwrite the existing data. So which going to append, right? So it will not overwrite the existing data. So if you want to capture and append some data to the existing CSV, you can do that. So let me try to do that. So let me go to the second page. Let me go here, second page, and we can start capturing this second page data. Let me start highlighting, click on S, finish. So yeah, the data spanning, I don't need it actually now. No, it will give a variable. So to avoid this particular confusion, what you can do, you can change this particular data table. So you can go here. Okay, you can find only this is the one, right? Data scrapping under the data scrapping. So what you can do, one. Okay, now it looks perfect, right? Yeah. So what you can do now, just minimize this one, just go here, cut, and then paste it over here. So what is the data table? So which is extract, it is not there, right? Extract underscore one. So you need to change the scope to CSV. Now I'll be able to find it. Actually, extract table one. So in the which CSV file you have to write? In the existing test one CSV file, right? Just highlight over here, save. So what actually it will do? So it will append the data to the existing CSV file. Let me save this one and let me run this. Perfect. So bot got started running. I guess our execution is done now. Yeah. Let me refresh. Let me open this test CSV file. Okay. Yeah. Perfect. So we have more data right now. So we have around how many datas? Yeah, 20 data. So which is 10 from the first sheet and 10 from the second sheet. Yeah, right. So it's working perfect. So as I said before, append will not override the existing data. It will append. So it will find the end row and it will start appending the next row of the values. So looks perfect, right? Yeah. Yeah, so these are the ways you can operate the CSV files and these are the operations which need to be found. So on one more thing, so interview questions which I have to discuss. So if I was asking an interview, so I'll be placing this question actually. So what I will help you. So in Excel spreadsheet, you will be having something called as sheet name, correct? So if you are working with the CSV file, you don't find any place where you're going to specify the sheet name, right? So let me show here. So in the right CSV file, so you have given the file name as testdata.csv, correct? So you can see this is the same sheet name. So this may be the interview question will be asked by the so many interviews. Even I used to ask in for the so many interviews this particular question actually. So to test about their knowledge between the Excel and the CSV files. So you can let me quickly walk through the CSV. Okay. So let me go ahead and click on the right range. So here you can see something called a sheet name. You have to specify, right? So if you are using the Excel scope, you have to provide your particular Excel name as well as you have to mention the sheet name. But in CSV, there is nothing called a sheet name. So that how it is taking the file name as a particular sheet name. Okay, this is the thing need to be understand in a conceptual way so that you can directly go ahead and answer with your questions which in interview. Yeah, thanks for watching. Happy learning. Have a good day.